Amanda Lear is like my original archetype. When I was 18, I moved to New York City, and my first girlfriend was a huge disco fan, and she was like, Amanda Lear is famous for being trans and denying it. And when I saw a picture of her, I was struck by her incredible beauty and hung a picture of her up on my wall. And she's always held a very special place in my imagination and in my own self-conception. So meeting her was just the gift of a lifetime.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about that experience of getting to interview her, especially as she'd held that, place in your imagination for all those years.
Yeah, I mean, it was intimidating. She's a real celebrity. And of course, when you're, when somebody occupies that much space in your fantasy realm, meeting them in real life can be very disarming. But I found her incredibly down to earth and maternal, actually, and it was a wild ride. She's a wild ride, and the film itself, it feels to me like everything I've made has led me to this story.
What was it like getting to know April Ashley through the wonderful archive footage that you have in the film and some previously unseen interviews?
I mean, April is my Taurus predecessor. I feel, a special bond with Taurus trans women, and I feel more aligned in some ways with April in terms of her integrity, her commitment to her story, her commitment to the truth. Not that she was always truthful. She definitely embellished and exaggerated things, but getting to know her was a blessing. Going to Liverpool, where she grew up, and staying in her favorite hotel, and seeing where she grew up, all those things were. It feels like such a precarious, dubious time to be trans, and I think it necessitates being as brazen as our predecessors. So learning that from April and Amanda was right on time. It was just what the doctor ordered.
And how about the Carrousel? Tell us a little bit about that as a venue and what it was like to meet, hear about it firsthand as well.
The Carrousel deserves a documentary of its own. That was our takeaway. After making this, we were like, okay, now there must be a feature film about the Carrousel, because it's just a sliver of the early years of the Carrousel that we address, but it continued to be an anchor for trans life in Paris through the 70s, and so many legends that graced that stage. The footage is incredible. I mean, the Carrousel is the birthplace of modern transsexualism.
Zackary, thanks so much. Congratulations on Enigma.
Thank you, Annie.